All right, so today's video, we're going to be watching actually two codes, which is kind of rare, but we have a new push map, which was introduced in Season 11, Runasapi, and actually I've enjoyed it so far. I definitely want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments, but the first game we have here today on this map, we're going to be watching a Gold 3 tank on PC playing Wrecking Ball, and they say Mirror Ball. This was a really fun game I had. It was my second game on the new map. I just wanted to share this really weird game because it was a glorious fest of all over the place watch with 3 Wrecking Balls at times, which means the echo probably goes Wrecking Ball. So we're going to watch the Wrecking Ball, see how it goes, and then kind of go from there. Sound good? I think the aesthetic of the map is really cool, but I also think like there's something interesting about how the middle of the map plays, where it feels like there isn't as many dominant sight lines. And because of that, you have much better, like, brawls in the middle of the map. Which has been really, really nice to see. Also, for anybody wondering, there is a jump pad on this map right here. Look, see? It exists. Remember that. There is a jump pad here. Alright? For the same birthday? Heck yeah. Hope you have a great birthday when it's time. It's almost time. Here we go. Whoop, whoop. All right, certainly some Wrecking Ball play here. Okay, not bad. You know what I think it is? And maybe I haven't seen the map enough when I say this, but it feels like Blizzard are starting to realize that making like really sightline dominant maps isn't going to be good for Overwatch, right? And what I mean by that is, like, anytime you create these really long sightlines that requires multiple cooldowns to be able to get to, like, certain heroes, it just makes an unenjoyable experience for players who have to do that, unless you're playing that one hero specifically. So, I'm glad they've started to, like, look at sightlines and give more opportunity and cover for players. I also think it kind of plays into what they're looking for with, like, new style Overwatch, even for, like, tanks. It's, like, very more cover-based. So creating maps around that style can also help players just naturally play cover more, right? Which I think is a good thing. Plus, I mean, so far it's a good map. Also, I like the pressure you're putting on their team so far. Remember, be a little bit careful of, like, getting yourself out of position sometimes, but I think on Wrecking Ball, obviously if there's one hero that can get out of position consistently, it's Wrecking Ball. But I want you to, like, not find yourself without a cooldown too much. So. Good double boop there. We learned recently that if you can create 2 line of sights on your boops, you'll do a double boop. So, just a random side note. So far, so good, though. See, this Wrecking Ball clearly needs the double slam, right? You know what I love about Wrecking Ball mines? Even if you have a bad Wrecking Ball ult, you still get the satisfaction of going to build up your next ultimate while your mines are still out. Now, in hindsight, how overpowered was it that Ashe used to be able to do that too? Little side note. Oh, also, a little bit of a tip on this map so far. And I don't know if this is just me when I played this map yesterday, but if you can get control of this part of the map right here when there's a retake happening, or like the other team needs to retake, this is a good spot. Just a little side note. Remember, this part of the map exists. You have enough cover here. Just remember, you control this side on this retake. It's actually pretty strong. And you have a little bit of like flank routes and map control. I saw this yesterday, where this is the one struggle point I had was like right around here, where players would take this part of the map and retaking it was hard. So the only way for me to be able to actually have a good push here was to retake this myself. And then you go to the other side and you can do the same thing. So if you're on attack, you can take away this part of the map. Just a little side note. And then you also have flank routes. So I noticed that. And I think you're going to start seeing that part of the map become a really important part of the map, is what I'm saying. Yeah. There's little side tips I've seen so far on the new map. You know, maybe people can pick up on early, get a couple early wins because you know how to play the map better, you know? Honestly, I slept a lot. I actually slept more than I did the other day. I mean, maybe too much. Not too much, but you know what I mean. Oh, if you ever see the Wrecking Ball make that little, like, animation where it looks like they're getting, like, a shield or something? Like, it's not even like a shield, but you know what I'm talking about? That just means they're giving shields to their teammates. Because of that new feature you have. Yep. Anyway, just remember, control that part of the map. This part of the map's important, too. So is the outside. It actually feels like a lot of the map, like, wants to funnel you to, like, the outside of the map. Which can be pretty cool, actually. At least I think so. From a Wrecking Ball point of view, I mean, we're more looking at the map than the Wrecking Ball play, but I think, like, overall, you've been playing fairly well. I think your number one issue is probably going to be target focus, but even then, like, you've had good target situations. Wrecking Ball is an interesting hero where, like, you can easily overcommit to a hero because you keep getting somebody perpetually one, or you can absolutely switch targets way too much because you feel like you can do that, and then you don't do anything. So.
Stop that barricade in its tracks.
Man, I want to see a better ult there out of you. You have a surprise. Like, you get to surprise them there. You know what I mean? Like, you have the opportunity. Like, I want to see those mines be a pile drive-based mine. Because I feel like you're going to get more value at that point. Good job clearing mines. Remember, actually, now that I think of it, does pile drive clear mines anymore? Do we know? Because I know they increase the HP of mines. I just forgot if it clears mines now. To give you an idea, like, Doomfist Slam doesn't clear mines anymore. After, like, their recent update to mines over, I forgot which patch it was. So I just don't know if that changed the break point for a Wrecking Ball Slam. It might still, but I just want to make sure. I haven't tested it enough. It probably does. I know that Doom Slam doesn't clear mines anymore. But it still does. Okay, good to know. That's one of my favorite things. There's something satisfying about playing Wrecking Ball. By the way, do you see how your Ashe is controlling that side of the map for a second? It works, I'm telling you. You see this part over to the left there too? Like in that outside? Same thing. Kind of cool, actually. Now that I look at like how they designed the map, it really does feel like they want to funnel you to the sides of the map. Which, it actually just gives you this like really good cover, which actually extends out team fights. You know what it reminds me of? It feels like... just to go back here, this is kind of what Clash was like, where remember how I said Clash felt like there was a lot more cover, and because of that, I felt like I could get a lot more done, or like I had a little bit more of enjoyable time playing the map. I think maybe they have like a new philosophy in how they're looking at maps now, and I'm actually curious to see where they go at with that in Season 12, or is it Season 12 they're doing the map changes? I think it's Season 12. They're doing like map overhauls to like older maps. So, like, if their vision of maps is kind of this, I actually could see it going really well for maps. Sorry, just a little side note. I think it could go really well for maps, so that's the case. Anyway. There you go. That I like to see. You know, you're not going to get the Elim fully, etc., but, like, at least you're forcing that. Also, nice job controlling this part of the map. They might go off the map there. This is the part of the map I'm telling you. Is if you control that, they're not going to be able to get past there. Unless your team dies to that. Also, they might die to a random mine. I've seen it happen. Nope. There you go. Down. Yeah, you knew that was there too. I can't say anything because chat knows that I go into pretty much every single Junkrat trap in the game. Now, do you notice anything, chat? You were able to contest. Oh god, I just saw that. You were able to contest that part of the map. They can't control it. Your team wins the long fight, and there you go. See? I'm telling you, this part of the map is so important right now, in my opinion. This part of the map is so important right now. Uh-oh. Wait for it. Yep. I don't know. I've actually, like... It's actually kind of fun watching this map, too. It's just like a constant, like, battle. It's not like maps like New Queen Suite or like Esperanza where you feel like if you just lose a certain point, you just, like, you cannot regain anything. You have plenty of ways to, like, regroup and take a team fight. You have plenty of, like, opportunities to reset. I don't know. It's cool to see. Good play there, by the way, with mines. Nice pile drive. Yeah. I don't know. I just really like seeing how it's played right now. It's cool. So far, my initial take. Now, granted, that could change if for some reason people figure out how to play this map, and I'm like, oh, never mind. Like, good map. Just a good map. Also has a good aesthetic. I feel like one of the reasons why Antarctic Peninsula didn't like hit as well is because it also feels like Antarctic Peninsula has parts of the map that like are just like useless in the sense that nobody goes to them because there's no reason for them. But on top of that, it's very gloomy. So when you have a map like that, that's like half the map is like not even worth going on, and then the other half of the map is just super gloomy, it feels like it didn't quite hit where it could have. Meanwhile, you have a map like this with like good cover. A map with like really good cover, really cool aesthetic, like. So, well, think about it. Have you know, think about this. Like, just to give like a little bit of a side note on that one. Like, you notice how on that one map on Antarctic Peninsula with the glass, no one ever plays that part of the map ever? Like, even if you do, it's just like you go there and you go, I can't do anything. Right? Like, that part of the map is like, ugh. Like, it just you don't do anything. Because, like, the way the map is, you just don't want to go to that side. Even that other map, I forgot which one it is. Like, there's issues on different ones. Although, I will say, on the flip side, I like Samoa. Where, like, more of the map is used, and the aesthetic of, like, how it feels, like, isn't, like, as gloomy as, like, the other map was, right? So, I actually feel like they've gone in a pretty positive direction with how they want to do their map so far. Great wrecking ball play here, by the way. But I say that, and then their next map will somehow be, like, the most scuffed map ever. But still, it's been good to see. But yeah, if the glass wasn't there, exactly. That seems to be a consistent trend on maps. If the glass wasn't there, this map would play better. Not the first time we've heard that one, have we? Yeah, I mean, good play on Wrecking Ball. I didn't really go too much into, like, some things you can improve on outside of a couple, like, slams here and there. But yeah, I think overall, just keep doing what you're doing. Great job. Get a little bit better with mechanics, but that was good Wrecking Ball play. All right, so today's video, we're watching a silver... well, I don't even need to do an all right, so. This is a continuation of the video that we're doing. We're watching a Silver 3 support on PC. They're going to be playing Kiriko. They say, normally I like to play some Lucio, but I chose Kiriko as I recently got to top 500 on her hero mastery. Oh, okay. This match started out with us having no tank, so we obviously get rolled. But once we were able to group up, we managed to put up a good fight, and I won't spoil the ending, but it was closer than I would have liked. All right, let's see what happens. Also, this is a very interesting Kiriko selection here. All right, never mind. Wait, you weren't going to play the lore hero? This is the map.
My own path.
I think what's happening right there is your Mauga knows that they're probably going to have a huge advantage, so they're just trying to give them a chance. Right? You know when, like, you ever watch, like, the videos where, like, somebody will give them, like a head start on, like, a race? That's what the Mauga's doing. They're going, I'm going to give them a head start because I know that Mauga will just be really good here. And they're just giving them a head start, just for fun. Why not challenge it? You know? Make it challenging.
Group up with me. Carried on the wind.
We've lost possession of the robot.
Yep. This is the part of the map this part of the map is also a good part to control. See, your Mauga's almost there. Yeah, there you go. Not bad. Yeah, I mean that is an unfortunate start though. When you are down someone though, it's like really hard to be able to take that map control. Yeah, I'm just gonna chalk that like start up to like unlucky. Did Sigma does not work well here, you learned? I actually like Sigma on this map. I've also played it twice, so that could change very quickly. Because you have the sight lines. Remember how I talked about the cover? That's also a good hero to like be able to deal with cover a little bit of Sigma. Is because you can like spam out a lot of the locations they would go at. So Sigma, I wouldn't doubt that we see more and more Sigma being played. I don't know. I mean, I will say, the few tank games, I mean not the few, I played like 30 tank games yesterday, like in ranked, and honestly it didn't feel that bad. Which was a good sign. I'm not saying that's still day one. I think people are trying different stuff. But you know, outside of when I went up against Mauga comps, it wasn't too bad. By the way, don't be afraid to Kitsune this early. You want to take this team fight back. I think, like, don't be afraid just to launch that Kitsune. Because if you wait longer and longer, they're going to eventually just do what they're doing right now, and they're hitting their buttons first. Now, I know this game ends up being a lot longer, and, like, you probably end up in a spot where your team ends up winning this and having a good opportunity, but I want to put you in, like, the mindset of, like, still, like, you know, use your ultimate. Well, the bot time given their meme is because they didn't have a tank at the beginning, so they kind of lost a lot of time. But yes, I agree, they could have even used it sooner. See, like, and then I watch you use, like, this Kitsune, and I want you to think about your previous, like, team fight and when you didn't use your Kitsune. Like, you could argue that your Kitsune there was worse than any of the opportunities you had to use your Kitsune beforehand. Right? And then you have, like, this chain effect. You wait too long to ult. Your Mauga goes in and then uses their ultimate, and now you've lost, like, your ult advantage. Right? Not even, like, you didn't really... Yeah, you kind of lost your ult advantage. You did. Now you're kind of, like, on your back foot for a little bit longer. And, like, plays like that are, like, kind of what I'm, like, trying to get out of the habit of. Because you can see that, like... You know, that's why we always say, Kitsune, 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 right?
Barricade's moving.
All right, let's do this. I'm ready. Heal him up. Nice heals. All right, now you're getting a little bit of value. I mean, you do have a Mauga, so that will be good for your team. That's just unlucky. Although, I mean, I don't know. You probably can Swift Step that still. I feel like you had a Swift Step opportunity. Just in my opinion. Dude, what a duel on point that is. A Sigma who can't kill a Moira? That right there, I know. That they're going to be so frustrated with that one. I know they are. Because, like, you have the Moira, like, one-shot the whole time, but all they need to really do is just, like, throw 2 orbs, and, like, that's it. You're done. You're just done, and they can lifesteal you. Good luck. Wait, out of curiosity, does Moira get extra lifesteal during Cardiac Overdrive? Or is there a lifesteal cap? Uh-oh. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, your cleanse timing was fine. Someone, oh yeah, by the way, I'm just gonna add this little tip in here because somebody, like, mentioned this yesterday. If you use your cleanse on the floor and Sigma ults you, they can still lift you up in the air. Like, they can still lift you up in the air, so. Ooh, nice pick. Now, remember what we had last time. Don't be afraid to Kitsune this. Keep the map control and advantage you have. Good job. I like this. This is great. That Reinhardt's going to have so much fun. You can tell. Wow. Yep. Ryan's having a blast. See? And there you go. Uh-oh. How did nobody kill that Ryan? Second of all, how was your reaction not to use your cleanse right away and then TP out? Things like that you want to do quickly. Especially when they high noon in your face. I cannot believe that Reinhardt survived that. I'm actually baffled that Reinhardt survived that. Here we go. I mean, out of curiosity, what was your plan there to begin with? You're down in numbers and you're running at them in a straight line at the corner. So in hindsight, I wonder more of what your vision was there, but and then I say that, and your Mauga ults and you win, so welcome to Overwatch. You're down to blame the tank? I mean, you always got to blame the tank in any situation, right? It's always the tank's fault. We haven't done live coaching yet. That is a video we're still going to do. As of right now, we're still not doing the live coaching stuff. We're still figuring that out, but it will happen. It will happen. We have a plan to do it, I think, next week, as well as, like, a Nuzlocke again. We get a group going, things like that, so we'll see. We'll see. Uh-oh. All right, not bad. Ooh. Wait for it. Nice. It's been a good game so far. You know what, now that we're on this map, just to talk about this very quickly, I've never been, like, a huge fan of chokes in games or in Overwatch, but I will say, I like what they've done here with this choke. It's a large enough choke that you can get through it, but it also gives the defense a bit more opportunity to get out of spawn to kind of create the back and forth feeling they want in push. Does that make sense? So it's an interesting touch because, like, think about, like, New Queen Street. You don't have this. You just have that giant, like, open area. Think about, like, Esperanza. You have a giant, like, just no cover all the way to the back here, right? And, like, you just get rolled. And then they just added something like this to Coliseo, which you could argue has made the map play better on top of removing the windows. I still like that they're iterating on, like, their direction of where they want to go with this. I think it's, like, a really cool thing to see. Sorry, a little side note. You can kind of see, like, their changing philosophy on, like, where their maps are now. And it's actually, like I said, I mentioned it earlier in the video, but like I feel like it's going in the right direction. So I hope they see that and continue to go in the right direction with it.
Let's go.
Like I said, I do like this map. Hi, Sully.
Time to get clever.
Approaching the final destination.
All right. This is a close game. Holy crap. Yeah. And I'm not saying the map's perfect in some in a lot of instances either. I just like it. Been nice to see. All right. Here we go. Did they nerf Sojourn? And I just made up a hero. Sojourn in any way this patch? Yeah. They like so. Yeah. You know, it's interesting because I was at first when I saw the Sojourn change, I wasn't really sure. I was concerned it might kind of land in that same thing we've seen with like Kiriko, where they kept like making these changes to Kiriko, but it ended up being like a net buff. But like honestly, after playing Sojourn, it took me about 1 game, maybe 2 games, to realize it was very apparent that what they aimed for with Sojourn was the right direction. Sojourn just does less burst damage, so you feel like you have more survivability. Great. That's kind of where I saw everything with that, in my opinion. By the way, a lot of the reason why you're getting rolled is because your positioning is just a struggle. I want you to play a little bit smarter, and remember, you're not a tank. Very back and forth, though. And this is the second, this is the second game of this we've seen that's been like a very entertaining, just like back and forth battle, which has been really cool. So. Get a sunrise out, I'm gonna go to bed there? Oh, damn. Okay, I need to pause for 1 second. Why did you spend so much time trying to kill that Lifeweaver petal? Like, what was it about the Lifeweaver petal that you were like, oh, I need to sit here and spam this, otherwise we're not gonna have a good time? You like, at a certain point, like, that's it. Like, no one's gonna go on that. Focus on other parts of your team there rather than that. That's what I'm saying. What rank? I forgot. I think silver? Maybe? I'm just saying that you end up just wasting your time there killing that petal, and then that's that. Yeah, you didn't like that petal. You had to just go for it the whole time. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Heck that petal, right? Yeah, heck that petal. All right. It definitely looks like. Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I don't know. Definitely, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Remember, you've been taking a lot of these isolated 1v1s. You have one of the best ultimates in the game, and you're on the flank trying to kill the... Okay, I mean, I like that. I'll take that. Okay, that should be the dub, right? There you go, and GG's. Good game, good back and forth game with the start you had, like... I think overall, just a good game. Good job. All right, yeah, just remember, I want to see you just be a little bit more proactive on, like, your plays. You're not a tank. Stop running into them in a straight line. Things like that. But overall, I think you played well. I think you had a good game. And it was just fun to watch the new map. As you can tell, I like the new map. So it was cool to see. But yeah, just work on a couple things like that. You're out of position sometimes, and you're just kind of running in like you're a tank. You'll get better. And there we go. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't, and leave a comment. All of that will help. If you want to submit your own spectatings, look in the description below. You'll see my Discord. That's where you do that. We also record these live on stream, so if you look below the webcam, you can see the Twitch chat right there. We have a lot of fun, so stop by if you haven't. And with that being said, I hope you have an amazing day/night.